What's going on, guys? So today we're going to do something a little bit different to finish off 2017, which has been a pretty epic year. But yesterday I took to Instagram and I asked you guys to ask me anything in the comment section of the last post that I posted, and you guys have totally blown me away, and today I'm going to answer those questions. You guys blew me away with the response on this. 73 comments on this thing. That's freaking crazy. So I think I'm gonna take a seat for this one. All right, so I'm sitting down. Got this awesome natural lighting of the sun and the window and stuff right here, so that's pretty cool. But you guys asked a lot of questions. I'm gonna see if I can get through them all. It kind of depends on how long this video goes. I wanna start by saying, holy crap, 2017. I guess this is gonna be the last video. I don't think I'm gonna do a push-up video tomorrow, so this will be the last video of 2017. And it has been the craziest thing ever. Like, just the other day we hit 15,000 subscribers. So I just wanna thank all of you guys for that. For all of you who have recently subscribed, welcome. This is going to be a crazy year. 2018 is going to be pretty crazy, and I'm looking forward to the trend on where things are going. And I just want to thank all of you guys for tagging along and, you know, communicating and sending me messages on Snapchat and Instagram and all that stuff. I really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into the first question. In no specific order, I'm just going to go through them. So the first question is if I could travel or live anywhere in the world free of cost, where would it be and why? That one's actually kind of difficult. There's two things. I really want to go to New York. I'm probably going to go to New York soon. You know, some people might be like, oh, don't go to New York or whatever, but I really like the city. I like living in Charlotte and stuff like that. So I really want to travel to New York, and maybe it would be cool to live there for just like a short period of time. I understand it could get hectic or whatever, but I would like to, I guess, travel to anywhere kind of that's like beachy, really good water. Like, I just went on a cruise this past April. It was my first cruise ever. So doing something like that again, but for like a more extended period of time. Not necessarily maybe the Bahamas, but some other place. So I guess the short answer is basically anywhere tropical or New York, maybe. So I got this one question here. If I could have anyone's mustache ever, whose would it be and why? I thought this was pretty good, but then I thought about it. I looked up some places or looked up some people, and I realized I really don't want to have just a mustache. I mean, I have a little bit of a different thing going on, but I don't want just a mustache. I don't think that would look good on me. So the answer is nobody's. We're starting to get deep with this one. What is my biggest fear and why? And I think my biggest fear is regretting things that I didn't do, right? So something that I'm really trying to center my thought process in my life around right now is doing things and not being scared of doing things. I have something on the wall right behind you, which is don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. And that can go with baseball, that can go with business, that can go with whatever. Don't let the fear of failing keep you from actually doing that. And so I guess a big fear for me will be whenever I'm 90 years old, regretting something that I didn't do that could have changed my life. You know, this YouTube channel, for example, I could have regretted not doing this, but I'm doing it and it's working out fantastic. Another deep one. Who is my biggest role model? I guess, you know, classically my parents are my biggest role models or whatever, but, you know, really and truthfully, I think my grandpa, he was in a live stream a long time ago, back when I had like 3,000 subscribers or something. He is basically like literally in my opinion, a really great role model for me, for my life. Him and my grandma, like, they have like a great relationship. They've been together for forever. But, you know, he is, you know, for being 80 something years old, he's in relatively good shape. I remember I was talking to him just recently about, you know, whenever he was in his 70s, he was running like 5-6 miles a day, every single day. And so like the fitness side of things, I'm like, gosh, I hope whenever I'm 70, I can do that. I hope whenever I'm 70, I'm like just so positive and nice. And he is one of the most godly men in the world that I've ever met in my life. So for many reasons, my grandfather is my big role model, and he is also like the legit reason, the person who talked to me about the Army Reserves and the reason why I joined. 2-in-1 question here. Black, white, flag, why? And then the bug that was in that one live stream that I did. The bug, I killed it. The black and white flag, I've got it on Amazon for those of you who are curious. The reason I actually didn't go with the colored one is because I thought it might throw off like the saturation, like the colors of the video, and I thought a black and white background would be a lot easier on your eyes. I get some crap every now and then in the comment section for people saying, oh, why has he got a black and white flag, like he's not patriotic or whatever, making fun. But that's pretty much the reason why I thought it would be easier for the video, because like with the red, you know, I thought it would be really bright, the blue. Favorite animal, cheetah. Shoe size is 10, so that's a little rapid fire. Where do I see myself in 10 to 15 years? Kind of doing the same thing I am right now, except having a family. So that's the thing. Like currently I'm a software developer, I'm in the army, and doing YouTube or something kind of related towards this. That's kind of where I see myself, and then having a family, a wife, and I don't know, 1-2 kids at that point. Where am I from? Charlotte, North Carolina. Will you stick with the reserves permanently? Yes, I've made several videos on why I'm staying in the reserves. I recently made a video of why literally I'm staying in the reserves as an officer. So that's that. Has your faith played a role in your military career? I'm not exactly sure how to answer that. But I'm Baptist, for those of you who don't know, and that kind of plays a role in my entire life, so therefore it plays a role in my military career. But I don't think I've experienced any kind of hardships or anything because of the military for that. I think I got this question several times, but what are some things I like to do in my free time besides going to the gym? It's kind of like a two-part thing. So obviously, if you've been paying attention to the channel, whenever Call of Duty World War II came out, I like playing Call of Duty. That's pretty much the only game that I play, aside from maybe like Clash of Clans on my phone or something. But I like playing Call of Duty. And then the other thing I like to do legitimately is either watch a movie. That's kind of fun because like who doesn't like watching movies? And then the next thing I guess would be to like learn something productive. I've gotten to this weird, crazy habit to where I've got to do something productive, like for the day, like I've got to learn something. I'm trying to better myself, and that's a really good thing. But whenever I have free time, I generally fill that free time with something productive. I'm gonna try and rapid fire some of these. So how long do I see myself staying in the reserves, and do I enjoy it? 20+ years, and yes, I do enjoy it. Do you have any tips for the FTX and basic training? Anything in retrospect you could have been done better? I was told you establish a patrol base for like a week. Sounds like a lot. Any advice or stories to tell? I'm not going to tell really any stories. Setting up a patrol base, in theory, is really not that difficult. It's just hard to get everybody on the same page. So the advice for looking back at it, is if you're in a leadership position, just make sure that your squad, your team, or whatever kind of knows what their specific job is. And if you do that, then your FTX is going to go a little bit more smoothly. How do I get a high score on the ASVAB when doing horrible on the practice test? And that's my advice, right? You got to do practice tests. So if you're really doing bad, you're doing practice tests, make sure you do try to get a book or get some kind of studying thing. So pinpoint where your pitfalls are, and then work on those. What's your favorite food? If I had a barbecue, would you come? Probably, I think I would. I mean, if people were pretty close by, I think that would be pretty interesting. Favorite food is kind of classic American stuff, I guess. So I like burgers and I like chicken pot pie. I really like chicken pot pie. Pizza is good. I don't really know what my favorite would be, because steak is awesome. I love seafood. Shrimp is freaking amazing. Crabs, I love that. Favorite type of music when you're working out, relaxing, driving, etc. Just kind of like the new thing, I think in the live stream yesterday I said I like Post Malone and NF, so I'm listening to that stuff right now. But I like kind of like hip hop related things and motivational type music whenever I'm working out that generally relates to like the hip hop style of things. What made you start a YouTube channel? So there's that question. What made me start a YouTube channel? Long story short, I've started a YouTube channel for like 6 years. I made videos for like 3 or 4 years about Call of Duty. Didn't really go anywhere. Kind of met my current ex-girlfriend, stopped YouTube, joined the army, saw that there was no videos on YouTube that answered the questions that I had, so I decided to make videos of answering the questions that I had. If you could have any one gun in the world, what would it be? Honestly, probably like the dream gun for me would be like the Gold Desert Eagle from Call of Duty 4. That would be freaking awesome. Is it okay to sign up for the Army not being able to run the 2 miles yet? Yes. Pretty much no matter what shape you're in, I personally believe that you will pass basic training. Is ROTC really worth it? I already hate my life. That is up to you. I think it's worth it, but you know, sometimes it might suck, but that's totally up to you. Do recruiters have any previous counseling experience when applying that they did not have any meds or therapy non-military? What's your type of girls? Do you like pets? I don't really understand the first question, but what's my type of girl? Somebody who has a couple of interests similar to me. I don't think that people should have exactly the same interests, because then that's not very interesting and things might get old and then you're just too much alike. So as far as like, I would prefer for her to be in shape, going to the gym with me, stuff like that. But you know, just 1 or 2 interests. I don't think I have like a type. You know, I feel like that would like bottleneck you or put you into a corner. In a relationship, have a couple things that are similar, a bunch of things that are different, and that creates like, you know, a fun experience, and you can do things that she likes and she can do things that you like, and that makes each other happy, and there you go. Do I like pets? Yes. How was your gas chamber experience? Not so great because my gas mask didn't work. Do 25 series train together in AIT? No. Every single MOS that's different trains in a separate area, separate building, separate company than every other MOS. What's my favorite color? Red. Who's your favorite general from American history? I'm just going to cop out and say General George Washington, because I don't like history. I've never been a real big fan of history, so I don't really know. What's my favorite thing about being in the Army? I guess aside from the fact of I actually enjoy being in the Army, being in the Army Reserves, doing Army stuff. I do generally enjoy that. Like I like shooting, I like doing like the patrol stuff. I like being out and doing all the Army stuff that you typically think of whenever you think of the Army or a soldier or whatever. What's my favorite thing? I don't know, I guess literally just being in the military. Do you train martial arts? Not right now. I did do MMA for a while before I joined. I want to get back into that, but I don't think I have the free time to exercise, do the jobs and stuff that I'm doing, do YouTube, and then on top of that train, and then try to do fights and stuff. I just don't have the time. How do you know the Army was for you? I always wanted to join the Army, and then were there any thoughts of any other branch? No, I always wanted to join the Army, but I guess I knew it was for me. Just, I don't know, you just have to kind of take a leap of faith on that one. What made you choose a college major you chose? I took one class at the community college. I was going to do like game design or something like that. Took a programming class, really liked it. Whenever I transferred, I chose a computer science major. And then why am I going to officer instead of enlisted? Because the officer side of things I think fits me as a person more than the enlisted side. How do you get motivated on doing daily PT? Track your progress. Whenever you see results in your progress, I think that motivates you to keep on going. Also, if you look at other people as a goal, or not as a goal or like competition, but just like in a way just to track your progress towards that, or maybe get like a mentor or something, and looking at other people, not to down yourself and be like, oh crap, I'm not, you know, as physically fit as them or whatever. Don't down yourself, but you know, use that as motivation to push yourself more. Favorite video games and movies? I like Call of Duty, like I said, and movies. I really like action movies, I guess. And then like the Marvel, you know, superhero stuff, obviously, those things are awesome. I kind of answered this one, but do you have a girlfriend or wife? No, not anymore. So I am currently single. What do you think war would be like with North Korea? How do you think it would play out? I think I answered this in the stream, but in this video, just super quickly, I think if things were to really happen with North Korea, I do think that there will probably be a lot of civilian casualties. So long story short, that's how I think it will play out. Some tips on how to tell your parents about how you're thinking about joining the military. Just kind of tell them. There's not really any other way around it. You know, just, you know, whenever you're talking to them, like assure them, like if you're not going infantry, just be like, I'm not freaking going infantry. You know, try to, you know, make them think that, you know, whatever you're doing is just super not dangerous at all, because a lot of jobs really aren't dangerous. So just try to convince them that whatever you're doing isn't dangerous. If you're talking about infantry, you could even convince them that infantry isn't going to be dangerous. Am I a chocolate person or a fruity candy person? I actually don't really like just like straight up chocolate. Like I like Reese's and stuff like that, but just like a straight Hershey's bar, I don't like that. But I like sour, I guess fruity candy, I guess. So I like sour stuff. If you had to change your first name only, what would it be? I would change it from Matthew to Matt. How many times will you do a PT test throughout basic training? You should do the 1-1-1, and then you'll do 3 other actual PT tests. So you should do legitimately 3 PT tests. Has anybody died in boot camp or basic training? Yes, maybe like 1 person a year, but it's not really from the training. It's from like maybe they weren't drinking any water whatsoever. What happens if you have a criminal record in the Army? You're not gonna really have a legit criminal record before joining, but if you do anything that gives you a criminal record in the Army, you're probably gonna get a dishonorable discharge, which is terrible. Tell us about your worst day at basic training when life was sucking the most. Probably the suckiest, there's 2 suckiest days that comes to mind whenever I'm thinking about this, but I wanna talk about it really quickly. Probably the worst, whenever I felt the worst, when I felt like I was gonna pass out, was the ruck march to the grenade range. It was like 100+ degrees, Fort Benning, over the summer. We were wearing our IOTV, so the body armor vest, we were rucking and stuff, and it was a long ruck, and it was super hot, and we were just sweating like crazy, probably carrying, I don't know, like 100 pounds or whatever, and it's like, it was just really bad. I think like freaking like half the company was probably like a heat casualty. Not half the company, but there was a lot of people who were heat casualties. Just a couple more questions. What is the most amount of push-ups that I can do? I've never really maxed out because I feel like I could do a lot because I could just be in the resting position for a long time. But for the PT test, 2 times now I've done 101 push-ups. So 101 push-ups is like my maximum ability right now for 2 minutes. And if I were a superhero, what would I call myself? I don't know if I can really answer that one because that is generally related to whatever your superpower is. So like Spider-Man, you got Batman, Wonder Woman, I don't know. My dad used to call me Matman, so maybe that'll be the thing. And the last question is, should you bring your headphones to basic training? Yes, you should bring your headphones because otherwise you'll be talking like this, or if you want to FaceTime and you don't want your entire platoon or the guys next to you to hear what you're talking about, maybe you're wanting to talk to your girlfriend and she's wanting to tell you some stuff. Have some headphones, so that'll be definitely a key thing for that. And then, do you have any hobbies or something to do fun outside the Army? I guess I kind of talked about this. Literally my biggest hobbies right now is like exercise and YouTube, because I mean, this is, for the most part, this is pretty much a hobby. So like that's kind of what I do. Playing around, like flying my drone. What other hobbies could I possibly have? I used to collect baseball cards, so that's the thing. I got a little baseball card collection. So that is it, guys. That is all of the crap ton of questions that you guys asked me. Some of them were repetitive, so if I didn't answer your question, it was because you asked the same question as somebody else. But I really appreciate that. I really appreciate all of you guys' support with this post, because I was legitimately thinking I wasn't really gonna get any questions, so that kind of blew my mind. 2017 is blowing my mind. You guys blew my mind yesterday for the live stream. If you missed my live streams, I generally try to do them on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, kind of generally towards the night, you know, around 7, maybe 8 o'clock or so. But I just want to thank you guys so much for just everything, like in general, watching the videos. Those of you who watch, you know, videos on a regular basis, I don't expect you guys to watch every single video because I know every single video doesn't apply to everybody out there. So I really appreciate that. If you've made it to the end of this video, I just want to say you are the most proest of the pro person ever, and I just want to thank you guys a lot. If you're still watching this, like literally, like leave a comment, like made it to the end, I'm still watching, like freaking you're just amazing. I don't even know what to say because this is gonna be a long video. But without further ado, I'm gonna close this thing off. If you're not already following me on social media, I think it's gonna be right here. Follow me there. I'll get back to you guys if you send me Instagram DMs, or you can just, you know, see what the heck I'm doing on social medias, on the Snapchat. I post every day. I get back to you guys pretty much on an everyday or every other day basis on Snapchat. So I'm really kind of doing that because I'm on there a lot. So yeah, it's been a crazy year. It has also been a really long outro for this video, so I'm gonna cut it off here. Just wanna thank you guys again one more time. I hope everybody has a great day, a great New Year's, and I'll see you guys later.